Dear students, in the previous class we have done the lesson phrases and we have seen the kind of phrases and all. So today we will start with clauses and here we will see the kinds of clauses also. So let's start without wasting the time. So first let's see what is a clauses. So a group of words which forms a part of sentence and contain a subject and a finite verb of its own is called clause. So here we see, children, that a group of word, okay, which forms a part of sentence and that sentence contain subject and a finite verb. This is main verb, finite verb of its own. This is called a clause. So for better understanding, let's see the example. Mr. Awasthi is a man of great wealth. So here see of great wealth. Okay. Then number 2, Mr. Awasthi is a man who owns great wealth. So in both this sentence, the word which is color, see your book, the word which is in red colors. So the latter perform some function or not. First is of great wealth and second is who owns great wealth. So they describe the noun whom, the noun man. That man is who? Mr. Awasthi. So we can easily recognize the word of great wealth to be a phrase. Okay. But in sentence 2, expression in that is the expression that is given in the color letter. So this has a finite verb that is of its own and it also has a subject also, that is who owns a great wealth, that is who, subject is who. So it is called a clause. Thus it is a complete sentence. So children, please note that a clause has only one finite verb in it, not 2 or not 3 but only one finite verb. So both a phrases and a clause are only a part of sentence and a sentence must always contain one finite verb. So we can distinguish between a sentence and a clause and a phrase. So a phrase, in a phrase you will find no finite verb, in a clause you will find one finite verb, and as in a sentence you will find at least one finite verb. So if a sentence has only one finite verb in it, it means that it is made of only one clause. So there is one more distinction between the three. A phrase can never stand on its own and a sentence can always stand on its own. So children, remember, a phrase can never stand by on its own, okay, but a sentence always stand on its own, and a clause may or may not be able to stand on its own. That means a clause may stand or may not be able to stand by its own. So if it does, it means that it is also a sentence. So if a clause stands by its own, it means that it is a complete sentence. But if it does not, then it is part of a longer sentence that is made up of 2 or more clause. So children, I hope you understand the clause and what are the important point of clause. So here let's see what is the kind of clause. So in clause you will find 2 kind of clause, that is principal clause and subordinate clause. So what is a principal clause? Can anyone tell? Okay, let's see what is a principal clause. A clause that makes a complete sense independently and stand by itself is called a principal clause. So a principal clause is also known as a main clause or independent clause. So here a principal clause means a clause which stand independently by not taking anyone helps. Okay, so which stand by itself. Then you will know that it is a principal clause. So this principal clause is also known as main clause or independent clause. For example, they saw movies, I wrote a letter. So this clause is not taking any one's help, any another means other clause help. So this is independent. So this is not dependent on another clause. So for that reason it is called a principal clause. So next is subordinate clause. A clause that depend on some other, that is a bit different from principal clause. So here subordinate clause means that depend on some other clause. For what? For its meaning is called subordinate clause. So this subordinate clause is dependent on another clause. Okay, it cannot stand by its own. So it need another clause help. So for that reason this is called subordinate clause. For example, when I saw you, before I saw you. So here in subordinate clauses it can be changed into meaningful sentence also by adding another words. For example, when I saw you. So this one we can write as you were reading a book when I saw you. Then if you are before I saw you, you can attend the workshop if you are a doctor, or before I saw you you were eating, or you were reading before I saw you. So this way also you can write. Okay, so this is subordinate clause. So children, we have seen in today's class what is the clauses and what is the kind of clauses. So we have seen two kind of clause, that is principal clause and subordinate clause. So in the next class we are going to start continue with kind of subordinate clause and kind of this principal subordinate and principal clause. Kind of, not principal clause but kind of subordinate clause. So today we will end our class here. So if you have any doubt regarding the explanation regarding clause or kind of clause, you can get back to me as per the time mentioned. Thank you.